I'm also the same, right? Because my biggest fear is just like doing things halfway or like half. Welcome back. We are back. We are back. We are back. And today's topic is interesting, just like yesterday's topic. And the one. So, you guys, I want to know, what's your biggest fear? What's your biggest fear?
I think what I can think of right now is
Yeah.
it's cliche, but I think fear of failure. Yeah.
Thank you. That's a good one.
That's a good, I feel like I have the same.
The
Like,
same?
yeah, not living up to what you think your potential is.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right. And then I'm also the same, right? Say mediocrity, basically. Like if I want to do something, and that's what was holding me back even from starting this channel. It was
Yeah.
like, if I'm starting a channel, I want it to be perfect, right? But then also perfection, they say, is what? An illusion, you know? So it can't really be perfect. But also my biggest fear is, for a fact, the fact that I don't want average things, right? But from doing research, I've realized that there are people who are just comfortable with mediocrity, like living average, being average. They're just okay with it.
Yeah.
Have you heard of such a thing,
I have.
or seen it around, where people are just like, you know what? I just want
Definitely.
a one-room house,
Yeah.
a small car, my phone, 2 kids, a husband,
And I'm happy.
and I'm happy.
If you were like, and I have to defend this because like there's actually like theoretical practice, I
Yeah.
guess, that's called black mediocrity,
Yeah,
which is when you insist on doing the bare minimum
yeah.
because you are aware of all the societal constraints on you.
Mm-hmm.
So of course, like, you're bombarded, especially as a black person, you're bombarded by all these images of black
Yeah.
excellence
Yeah,
and all these people that like go through the craziest of odds,
yeah.
you know. And like, if you
And
think
and
about
somehow
that,
people celebrate it, right?
Yeah,
Like
and
they've
then,
been
like-
through this, and
Yeah.
and then
now they're-
somebody
Yeah.
somebody who's like a black mediocrity person will be like why the hell should I do that?
yeah,
Yeah.
Because you're very aware of, like, say, how the journey that Trump took
yeah,
to become a president. He had
Yeah.
a rich dad, he had
Yeah.
all these connections, he tapped into like a base that was like racist, that
Yeah.
was, you know, that was into all these extreme things, and he
Yeah,
was able
yeah.
to get to the top. A black person would never, let alone a black woman, let alone a black queer person, couldn't even imagine
yeah,
of
yeah.
going through the strides they
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
And so it's people who actually practice black mediocrity will be like, even the pursuit of black excellence is ridiculous. Because
Yeah.
I know you guys have been watching the judges talk,
Yeah,
and like people will look at that and be like, oh my gosh, you've endured so much.
yeah,
But somebody else would be like, but why?
yeah,
Like,
So,
you're already fine on your own, like,
Yeah.
you're already great,
yeah,
you know. And then, like, of course, like, you know, you see a lot of people, like, if you know the base of our history, or you know the base of like how rich like our culture is and everything like that, even the small strides we get when you see, oh, this black person did this, it's nothing compared to what we've done before,
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
we could have done, and like the people who have been like either shut out for being this and this and this.
Mm.
So even the accomplishments that people get, just like even navigating white people,
yeah,
it's ridiculous. It's not, it's never enough.
Mm.
So for me, when I see a black person that's like, I'm not going to participate,
yeah,
like I'm not going to like spend my life trying to prove myself to
Yeah.
white people
Yeah.
or white systems. Like, you've seen the line for a passport,
yeah,
like, you have to prove your bank account, you have to prove you're not this, you have to prove and you're just like, really, like.
yeah,
And then
Yeah,
you
I
see
went
like
through that
the
recently.
like you see the
It's
reverse
crazy.
yeah,
of how easy it is for a white person to come into the country.
Yeah.
And they're just like, I mean, why? You see
Yeah.
people commit suicide when they don't get good grades. You see people commit suicide when they don't get into these white spaces, and they're
Yeah.
just like, this idea
Yeah.
of black excellence is ridiculous. To me, whenever I see somebody who's comfortable enough in themselves
yeah,
and has enough self-esteem to say, I'm not going to do this backbreaking work,
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm not going to put myself through trying to like I don't know, show white people I'm not dangerous, show white people I'm not like, you know,
Yeah.
that my mind is just as good.
Yeah, yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
Because like the other side of black
Yeah.
excellence for me is even more ridiculous
Yeah.
than black mediocrity. So I always salute. Every time I see somebody, I'm like,
Yeah.
you don't care about the money, you don't care about this, like you're a G.
Yeah.
Because this other side is
Oh my
stupid.
days.
Like it's like, I mean, you've seen Will Smith.
Yeah. So I was telling Natasha earlier
Mm.
of someone I know that so personally I usually call for opportunities, like people to apply for different things, because maybe someone has told me to share this information, you know,
Yeah.
because you know you have a following here, you have a following there, you know, you do communication, so you can share this information. And obviously the first people I'll share it with are my friends
Yeah.
and people that I know are capable of this, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes I'll share this information and encourage them, like, apply. You need to apply. You're capable of this. Like, you are good at this. You should apply. And then they're just so nonchalant and, you know, do not care.
Yeah.
And their response is just like they're not interested in this opportunity, you know? And then sometimes we judge them as their friends, as their family. We judge them like, okay, why is this person so talented but does not want to push themselves, right? Why do they want to just stay in this position of like, you know?
Yeah.
But then one time, this person that I was pushing told me like they just want to, like they don't care about all these achievements,
Yeah.
right? They just want to be comfortable. They just want to like have a normal family. They just want to go through the corporate ladder, you know,
Yeah.
work 20 years, get a promotion, 30 years, be like
On
MD level.
it is like
no, seriously.
years.
And to me, that looked ridiculous. I was like,
Yeah.
there's so much you can explore with your, you know, your capabilities.
Yeah.
So why do you think it's like that? If there are some people like it's not going, what you said is really deep, right? But there are some people like they're not thinking about it from that depth
Yeah.
of, oh, there are so many structures limiting black people,
Yeah.
but they're just merely comfortable with like achieving up to like 35% of their life, 50%, and they are ready to like just stressed.
I think that's okay.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying people shouldn't aim to be to achieve their biggest potential and everything, but
Yeah.
like if someone is comfortable, like for
Yeah.
them genuinely they are happy, they're
Yeah.
honest with themselves, and they know maybe they have someone in their lives who has achieved all these things and they're miserable.
Yeah.
They're like a billionaire and they're like,
They don't have time for their
yeah,
kids.
they don't have time for their kids. Maybe they've been through that life, maybe they know it, but there's some people who just find they're just content in even the little things, or
Yeah.
something to you because you're a big achiever, so you're like, I need to get this, I need to get that, I need to get, and someone else is just like,
That
I don't
stuff doesn't
see-
mean anything.
Yeah.
I don't see that as my life, and I even get stressed trying to get there. So they're like, you know what,
Yeah.
I'll do what is right in front of me, and I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think like comes down to what makes you happy, I think.
Like like that guy got torn down for a slap.
Yeah.
Yet he's in an
He's
Oscar
achieved
room
so much.
full of people who are sexual abusers,
Yeah.
who are like themselves have assaults in their private lives.
But no one cares
Who
about
no
that.
one cares about that.
Yeah.
They just care about the physical representation of black
Yeah.
people. So it's
Yeah.
like, I mean, why play this game at all?
Yeah.
For me
Yeah.
personally, like I champion.
So is it
And
a
I
color
agree with
thing?
you. It's an everything thing. It's a woman
Yeah.
thing. It's a queer thing. It's just not being part of the mainstream. Because if you know
Yeah.
how easy it is
Yeah.
for people who are closer
Yeah.
to what our world normalizes, how
Yeah.
easy it is for them to get stuff. Like if you think about the ease with which a white person can get a loan,
Yeah.
with which a white person can make
And
a
this is
stand
why
up in
all these
Africa.
swindlers are swindling white women, isn't
because
it?
you're like, I mean, like when you see what we're up against,
Black people are like, first of
Yeah.
all, I would never get a loan that big.
you would
Exactly.
you would
It's
know?
already hard enough
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
serious things now.
Wow.
And I think to add on to what Tasha is saying,
Yeah.
it's like every other race is allowed, is just in your existence you appreciate it.
Yeah.
But with us, you have to like achieve
Work
something.
twice as
You
hard.
have to like be in that
a
space.
phenomenal
A
person.
phenomenal person to be like, okay, this black person did this, so they're worth it. This black, but other people, you're just existing. No one has ever said like your life is is appreciated no
Just
matter
for-
whether you don't have to be an astronaut, or you don't have
Yeah.
to be the biggest movie star, but for us it's always kind of like,
What
you know,
can you
black
do as a
excellence,
black?
excellence. It
Yeah.
becomes
Like,
exactly it turns to a toxic side of, yes, we have so much we've done, it's just not been documented.
Yeah.
and
There's
even
so
when people
much.
get it, they
Yeah.
erase it. But no, for me personally, if I wish I had that spirit
Mm.
of I don't have to prove myself,
Yeah.
and I just enjoy the world, because honestly,
You think you'd be happier?
yeah, not even I think I know.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, for me, like, honestly, I feel like all the stuff that capitalism, or like what we've defined as success, or what we've defined as being like having reached there,
Yeah.
only makes us feel good because of how much it's valued. But in
By
reality,
other people, not by
yeah,
us.
by other
Exactly,
people,
not
and
by
also
you.
like
Yeah.
monetary wise as well, by
Yeah.
other people, because other people will reward you for it
Yeah.
monetary wise, which is why I chase it. But I feel like if I could get over that ego thing,
Yeah.
I would be much happier, because I'm telling you, like, even in school,
Mm.
like, you'd see the kid who maybe gets the highest grade,
Mm.
and then you'd look around the classroom and you'd know there's actually a kid maybe who has, like, who has to do so many more things in the morning,
Yeah.
who doesn't have enough time to put them to apply themselves.
Yeah.
That's probably smarter than this kid.
Yeah.
So I've always known that the metrics of this world
Yeah.
don't really they don't really find the smartest, they don't really find the
Yeah.
best,
Yeah.
and I've always found it ridiculous,
Mm.
except for the monetary compensation.
Mm.
But like in terms of like you're this, you're that, I found it's so it's not real. Number one, it's
Yeah.
racist.
Yeah.
It's like
So society
to so many
standards are
things.
holding
Yeah.
us by
By
the
the neck.
By
when
the
I,
neck.
yeah. So
would
when
be
I
doing
find someone like
different
that,
things
yeah,
If
yeah.
it wasn't for that, yeah.
yeah,
Oh, wow.
it's fake, and I've seen people who chase that, and the people who surround themselves and the corporate world, and they're
And the
toxic.
frustrations.
Yeah, they're toxic. You see, I've seen so many great people commit to. We had a kid who was from Swaziland. He was so smart. He got into MIT. And then he killed himself because for the first time in his life he wasn't best of his class.
Mm.
And he couldn't wrap his mind around the fact that he's in a place where he's not the best. And yet we kept trying to like get this kid to conceptualize
Yeah.
that you're with the best people in the world, so you can't, but just that whole idea, for me, I find
Now, you guys, when we meet again, we have to talk about whether this success does it even mean happiness?
if there's money, I can navigate with that money to find the happiness. Me, I'm there for the
I
money.
know.
Not even like, yeah,
Find a way.
because I don't care.
Oh
Like
my
if you think I'm this, that
Yeah.
that stuff doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna give me monetary recognition,
Compensation.
Yeah.
I can take that money
And
then
fulfill
and fulfill what I really
Yeah.
actually want to
Yeah.
fulfill.
Because I come in with this perspective, and then you guys share thoughts, and I'm like, wait, where was I? Am I still on this train
The
of
same
thought?
topic,
You
yeah.
know. So thank you guys for coming. More.
It was a lot
We
of
have-
fun
we have more
for
episodes
us.
too.
Like,
It was.
so, yeah. Moving
with the flow.